Ready for our next project? Hi. We're gonna need a better setup for Chris in this room. All right, pup, what do you say we give Dad a new pain cave? Dad approves. All right, friends, I think that this is gonna be a fun one. So we are in a bonus bedroom in our house. This is a pretty small bedroom, actually. It's more of like office size space, but instead of making it an office, we are gonna make it a home gym. So as many of you know, my other half, Chris, he is a cyclist. He also owns a local bike shop, which we actually opened exactly a year ago, which is wild. I don't know where this year went. That being said though, it is winter and it is cold, which means it is indoor training season for Chris right now. And so I really wanted to create a home gym space to give him a really awesome place to train for the upcoming cycling season. Now this room here has already seen some things done. I actually pulled up the old laminate floor in here, installed a ductless heating and cooling system, and now we're on to what I think is arguably gonna be the most fun part, building a custom entertainment and organization system along this wall here for his training season. There really is still a lot of work that needs to be done in this space. There's a lot of stuff kind of everywhere that needs a home. So organization is going to be first and foremost in this space. So in today's video, we're gonna be tackling demoing some of the trim, getting some of these older lighting options out of here, painting the space, and building out this custom entertainment center so that he can be immersed in his training. And what is this? A screen for ants?
The center has to be at least 3 times bigger than this.
I'm so excited about this. I cannot wait to get started. So I'm gonna start taking some photos of the space. I'm gonna transfer those photos to my iPad and we're gonna design something really, really cool for this wall. So let's get started. This video is sponsored by Sony. All right, friends, so we are coming in hot with a quick spoiler alert. I was originally going to focus this video on building a custom entertainment center for the home gym to house our epic new 85-inch Sony Bravia XR X95K TV, which you will see in action later on in this video. But after getting started on this project, I decided I'd just go ahead and share the entire renovation from start to finish. So we are about to go on a journey. Okay, this is the only room that I haven't updated the baseboard in. The board has been so annoying to update because they plastered like over it. It's also installed with 4-inch nails, but let's see what we can do. Right, Papa? Let's see what we can do. Look at this. These nails are no joke. All right, well that came off easier than I thought it would, so that's good. Good job, Arrow, you crushed it. So to set some expectations for this video today, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of talking through the microphone, talking to the camera, doing this embarrassing little dance. I don't know what that is, it's really embarrassing, but I'm probably gonna do that a lot, so get ready. So excited to take this off the wall. I'm so excited about it. So winter means that the sun goes down at like noon. It's exaggerated, it goes down at like 4. But because of that, my goal for day 1 was to just demo what I could out of this bedroom. All right, new day means a new dilemma. No, but for real. Yeah, I am happy that I was able to get the trim off the walls. So today's agenda is I need to go around and scrape the walls a little bit. There are some raised edges from where they painted around things and from where some pieces of the paint cracked. I also need to remove the rest of the stuff on these walls, like the screws in this wall or the literal 10 different nails that are in this back wall here. Don't know why there are 10 nails in this wall, but there are. Anyway, so screws, nails, patch, hopefully paint the ceiling. I hate painting ceilings so much, but the thing that's helping me is that if I get the ceilings done today, then I can actually paint the room tomorrow. I'm looking forward to painting the room tomorrow, so let's get started. So I'm pretty excited because the kitchen is basically almost done, which means kitchen videos are coming in hot really soon. Get ready. But this is the last bedroom on the first floor that needs to be patched and painted. And doing this made me feel so great because it means that the first floor of this house is almost done. Let's prep this room for paint. I hate painting ceilings. Just do it. Do it. You won't have to do it again after this. Lies, you will, but just not this room. Hopefully for a long time. All right, prep room is prepped. Let's paint a ceiling. Side note, typically I take the fixture off the ceiling when painting, but it was way too dark in here to do that, so I just left it alone and dealt with it later. Hi friends, welcome back. All right, so ceiling is painted. I think it looks really awesome for not being able to really see yesterday. Today we are going to sand the walls, and then I really want to paint this room today, so that's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna mask on up, sand these walls, and then we're gonna paint. Gotta adjust this for my baby gap size face. Feel a Brad attack coming on though, because I hate sanding drywall. Well, technically it's not sanding drywall, it's sanding plaster. Even better. I feel like Bane from Batman. We will destroy Gotham.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
I nailed it. Tom Hardy, you're looking for a stunt double? I'm a girl, let's do it. That is done. So before I get started painting, a couple things. I'm actually going to prime everything I just packed so the compound and just like doesn't show through the paint. So I'm gonna do that. Here's my plan. I just wanna prime this back wall, but I wanna paint the rest of the walls because I'm gonna be building that custom entertainment unit on this wall, and I got some stick-on veneer that I'm going to be using as sort of a pseudo wallpaper, and I think that in theory that should work, and then I can start on that build in the next couple of days. So let's paint this room. It's gonna look awesome. Snack time, then painting. Let's do it. All right, so I know I just mentioned this, but yes, I only primed the back wall. I primed everything that I patched, and then I gave the entire room 2 coats of paint. And I also painted the window sill as well, and the window screens, which I've done throughout the house because I mentioned this before. Our windows are shot, but I can't really replace them right now. I don't have the budget. So for now, I'm just gonna put a Band-Aid on them and pretend like it's fine. Okay, 2 things. 1, it is always wild to me how changing the paint color in a room changes the entire vibe. It feels so like modern and clean in here. I'm really excited about it. So that's number 1. Number 2, now that painting is done, I get to do the part I've been looking forward to the most, and that is build stuff. That was my song called Build Stuff by Sam. But for real, I'm really excited about building. I think that we are moving and grooving. See you tomorrow, friends. Okay, walls are painted. Well, this wall's primed, but walls are painted, which means that it's time for the next step in this process. So I am going to be making that entertainment center on this wall. As part of the design plan, we really want the whole back of the wall to be wood. But however, I have this guy here, and I can't cut around this thing as perfectly as I would like to with 3/4 inch plywood without it looking like a hot mess. So instead, I decided to get a little creative, and I am going to be covering this entire wall in a wood veneer. Stay with me. So this product here is a wood veneer. You might remember it from my Murphy bed project because I used the same exact product to make that chevron looking look. Yeah. So I'm going to be hanging this veneer on this wall. Could I have done wallpaper? Probably. Would it have looked as good as veneer? Definitely not. Also, you can stain and finish a veneer the same way that you can stain and finish any wood you're working with. So I decided to splurge a little bit. I got a wood veneer with an adhesive backing. So all you do is you peel this away, you stick it to the wall, and you're in business. So I am going to get started on this project. I'm gonna be cutting kind of around this HVAC unit. There is a little bit of space where I can kind of tuck some of the edges in there to make it look really neat and seamless. At least in my head, that's gonna work the way that I want it to work. But we're gonna install this, and then once that's up, we can move on to actually working on this entertainment center. I'm really excited. Let's get started. All right, so this is one of those moments where I keep it really real. I love wood veneer. I loved it for the Murphy bed. I didn't necessarily love the process for putting it on a wall, mostly because it was really hard to hide the seams. On the Murphy bed, there was an actual pattern that I made, and so the seams kind of blended well into the pattern. They didn't blend so well when they were on this giant canvas of a wall. However, it did make an easier job of cutting around that HVAC system, which I loved. Chris is training in the living room to like the screamiest of screamo music right now. We gotta get this project done for this guy. Okay, so back to my original thought before I interrupted my original thought. Anyway, so yeah, the seams were hard to blend together on the wall, but luckily because I built an entertainment center in front of it, you cannot see the seams, which is great. So my recommendation is don't use this as regular wallpaper, but you can use this as a backer and it'll look really cool if you build something in front of it. This came out way better than I thought. I think it's gonna look even cooler when there's an actual thing built in front of it and you can't really see the seams, but yeah, I'm all about it. This means we can work on lockers. I'm so excited to build. See you in the shop tomorrow, friends. Bye. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, let's talk about this entertainment center. So I really wanted the bottom of this entertainment center to have lockers for that at-home gym feel, but of course the lockers I originally wanted were in a flat black color and they were so sold out. And of course my luck is that they came back in stock the day that I finished this project, so whatever. But yeah, so I got them in white because the white ones were A, on sale, and B, they're easy to paint, and I decided to sand them down, use a self-etching primer, and then spray them in about 3 or 4 coats of a matte black finish before letting them dry and before installing them. Okay, friends, hi. So while the lockers were drying yesterday, I picked up all of the lumber that I needed for the rest of this project. And since I didn't want to kick up any sawdust out here while things were drying, I did head over to the shred shop with my dad and we pre-cut all of these pieces so they're ready to go widthwise for the build. I still have to actually cut them down to their final sizes, but we'll deal with that later. That being said though, I am going to be building a shelf for the top of those lockers, and I want to make this shelf 18 inches deep. So I honestly couldn't find really great lumber choices when I went to the store yesterday. So what I did is I purchased a bunch of 1x4 boards. I'm going to cut them to their final dimensions at 3 inches wide, each board on my table saw. That way I have really nice straight edges to glue everything up together to make a solid panel for that top shelf. We're gonna get started, or I'm gonna get started with your emotional support on cutting these, and then I think I'm gonna actually pocket hole join them together on the underside because then I don't really have to wait for them to dry overnight. So I can start on actually building out the entertainment center tomorrow. So yeah, there's a lot to do. Let's get started. Friends, can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that I can cut 10-foot long boards in my shop without having to like move my saw outside? What? I'm so excited about this. It's like the little things that you don't realize are big deals until it happens, but there's so much more space back there.
Look at all this floor space. We do aerobics in here. So many activities.
The possibilities for what we're about to build when this shop is done are freaking endless. Let's go. Let's go. And it feels so great to be able to fit the boards I'm working with in my shop. Can't believe this is real life. We're gonna make some cool stuff. Well, jumping on in here as a palette cleanser from that Hot Mess Express. Yeah, so I decided to drill pocket holes in the undersides of these boards and glue them all together. That way I didn't have to wait overnight to be able to sand them down and finish them. I really wanted to finish this project in one day so that I could install them on the lockers the next day. Once that top was assembled, sanded, and there was finish on it, I let it dry overnight, and then the next day I installed it right on top of those 2 lockers, and I screwed them into place from the undersides of the top shelf of these locker units, before then having myself a little happy dance with the pup and his cute little donut of shame. Dude had a procedure and you'd never know because he was just in great spirits. But once that base was installed, it was time to happy dance my way over to the shop. So I have this super official drawing of what I'm hoping to accomplish in that room with all of my dimensions that I've measured like 66 times. I am going to right now just focus on building the 2 cubbies on the sides because these 2 cubbies are going to be for bicycle storage. I feel like it'll make more sense when we start to see it in the space. The middle cubby is going to be the last to be done because I want to make sure those dimensions are absolutely perfect because the glorious giant screen TV that we got for the space from Sony is going to fit right there. And then at some point I also have to make this here, which is just like a little cover for that radiator. I'm gonna get started on cutting all of the pieces for those 2 cubbies with my track saw, and then we're gonna sand them, stain them, and install them. Let's get started, friends. One thing that I hear a lot when I share big projects like this is that they feel very intimidating, but the best way to look at it is I'm literally just building 3 boxes, and all 3 boxes actually don't even have a bottom because I'm installing them a very particular way. But yeah, when you build a built-in or a shelf or even a cabinet, most of the time you're just building a bunch of boxes in different sizes. So when you look at it that way, it's not so bad. Sorry for the horrible lighting. I promise my shop when it's done will have great lighting. I'm basically just putting a box together though, so I'm not missing too much. I'm in a glass case of emotion. I need a hammer. I don't know where anything is in here. One thing I want to just mention is pocket hole placement. So these pocket holes you see here are on the top side of the unit. Those will be hidden because they will be facing the ceiling. And I also put pocket holes on one outside edge of this unit as well. You'll see how I install that in a little bit. And my goal is to get plans out for this so that if you want to make something like this build, then you can follow those plans. I'll leave a link for those below this video. As for the other side, I made some cleats that I drilled into studs so that I had a solid spot to screw these units into. I just gotta screw those into the cleat. Dude, I literally took my eyes off you for like 5 seconds. This guy. 5 seconds. I took my eyes off of you for. That is a whole roll of toilet paper. Thanks, bud. Arrow, you gonna help me now or what? You're doing great, kid. Doing great. Rescue a puppy, they said. It would be so fun, they said. No, he's great, but he's a lot of work. Anyway, so because these units don't have a bottom, I did use a temporary spacer piece of wood to make sure that everything was square when I screwed them into the wall, and then also used those pocket holes to screw them into the shelf. The next day, I then had Chris help me bring that 3rd unit in from the garage, which I didn't show on camera because I basically built it the same way as the first 2. Unfortunately, my spacing was off by literally 1/8 of an inch, so I had to take the side unit down to get the center unit in, and then I was able to get the side unit back up, secure them all together with screws, and we were good to go. One other thing I did too, just to add a little more security, was I drilled pocket holes into that top shelf you see underneath the HVAC unit, and I secured those pocket holes directly to studs in the back wall just so that that unit is totally solid. I then used trim to cover up all of the edges, caulked all of my seams, and then painted everything in flat black before moving on to Chris's favorite part of this project, installing his new Sony TV. Look at this face. That is a big kid on Christmas opening a giant Christmas present if I've ever seen one. All those jokes I made about us having an IMAX theater in our living room, you're gonna have an IMAX theater in your home gym. Are you poking me in the screen? Ow. Ow. So let's get serious about this seriously epic TV. When Sony asked which TV Chris wanted to put in his home gym, he immediately knew that the 85-inch Sony Bravia XR X95K was the perfect match. Wow, that is a screen. This guy, he goes, there's a little bit of empty space to fit some more. It's really nice, and it fits. The Sony Bravia XR X95K has thousands of mini LED lights that are controlled by XR Backlight Master Drive, which means it delivers unprecedented contrast and maximum brightness. It also has advanced processing to ensure that both picture and sound are being broadcast both naturally and realistically. I mean, do you see how good this thing looks through my camera? Because it's even better in person. And as if this TV could not get cooler, it's equipped with Google TV and hands-free Google Assistant, which easily lets Chris access his apps, subscriptions, music in one place, which is clutch for those training sessions where he's literally clipped into his bike. He can also even broadcast his workouts, virtual training sessions, and all of that fun stuff to his TV directly from his smartphone, so he can be fully immersed in his workouts from the comfort of his bike seat. And my favorite part, when the TV is not in use, it can be used as moving art in ambient mode. If you want to learn more about the Sony Bravia XR X95K, you can click on the link below this video to check it out. This TV has been a game changer for this space, and Chris is training and is quite literally the centerpiece of this entire home gym. Just wait until you see it in its full glory at the end of this video. I love how this dude could not even wait to move his stuff in here. The TV entered the chat and then the bike entered the chat, and he's already started working out in here, which I'm like stoked for him, but like there's still so much work to be done. I still have to install the radiator cover. I built a radiator cover there. I want to change out this boob fixture on the ceiling. I have to add trim, finish some stuff in here. So yeah, there's a lot to do, and before it gets too dark, I do want to switch out this light to this really cool ceiling fan that I got, so I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna try to film it. So let's get this fixture up, and then I'm gonna get the custom radiator cover in, and then he's gonna work out in here, and then we'll come back in tomorrow and get some stuff done. Oh my goodness, I'm never gonna get this room done. He just wants to be in here so badly. I love it, but I hate it. Weirdly enough, this was actually one of the only rooms downstairs that had a light fixture in the ceiling, but it is also the last room that I've updated the light fixture in the downstairs of this house, so this felt very satisfying to do. Now, in terms of covering up the radiator, I did make a very simple radiator cover that fit in between the two lockers. I have a short on my channel that kind of walks through a very similar cover to this if you want to learn how to build one yourself. But basically, I just dropped this into place and touched it up with paint. At this point, it was time to update the trim, which felt great because this is the only room in the entire house that had that older trim that was plastered into the wall, and it looks so much fresher in here now. So at this point, there was only one more thing I really wanted to build for this space, and that was some sort of custom corner unit that had some storage, so Chris could put some cycling equipment in there, some workout equipment in there. So I decided to actually put together two metal cabinets from IKEA, kind of like caddy corner them, and then make a custom top for the two of them with some laminated pine from the home improvement store. I mentioned earlier in this video that I wanted the two cubbies on the side of this entertainment unit to store some bicycles, and I did this by screwing some bike hooks into the wall and then just hanging his bikes from those hooks, and it actually looks really cool. All right, friends, we are like getting to the end of this project. I'm so excited. So, okay, I'm eventually gonna steal this door to put as a closet door in our bedroom because I don't have the budget right now to replace all the doors in the house, and this is the exact size I need for the closet door that's missing in our bedroom. So I'm eventually gonna take this off, put it in the bedroom, and then build a sliding barn door for this side of the room. However, that's just like not in the agenda right now. So I'm going to just give the door a little bit of love. I'm gonna paint it black. I'm gonna replace the hardware, and then eventually I will have the time, the energy, and the budget to put this in our bedroom and to put a sliding barn door here. Let's just do it. I need to get this done. Let's do it. After working in this room for weeks, I already know exactly what I want this sliding barn door to look like. It will fit perfectly. I think it's a great solution. I think I really want to upcycle this door, use it for our bedroom, and then I can do whatever I want here. It's just that the other door is super tight. Okay, I'm struggling. It is the Monday after Christmas, and I am struggling, but I am not gonna let that stop me because today is the day that I'm finishing this room for Chris. He has already started riding his bike in here. He's doing some sort of, I think it's called Festive 500, where he's riding his bike 500 miles before the new year, which sounds not fun to me at all. He's so stoked about it, but I guess that's why I don't ride a bike 500 miles or really honestly ride my bike at all, to be honest, but never mind. So I have a lot of stuff in here still. I have tools, I have clutter. So my goal today is to get all of my stuff out and get the rest of his stuff in and to finish decorating and finish organizing and really finish getting his stuff in here so he can start to fully enjoy this space without the clutter and that he can have a training spot for his cycling season and for years to come, because once I'm done in here, I'm gonna close the door and let him do what he needs to do in here forever and ever and ever. But anyway, I have ambition, I have a lot of coffee, and I have a deadline to get this done, so let's get this room done. We got this, right? We got this, friends. Let's do it. Come on, let's finish this up. Let's move on to another project in this house. So even though this corner cabinet is rad, it is blocking an outlet, so I decided to actually double-sided tape a surge protector to the inside of the top drawer, and now this drawer is housing all of the gadgets that Chris charges for all of his rides and all of his bike stuff. Once that little project was done, all that was left was just to spice things up a little bit and to add all of these fun little details like new shades, like some artwork, bring in some of his cycling equipment, and add a few more things like weights and mats and all of the fun things that a home gym needs to be a home gym. And on that note, friends, who's ready to see our spare bedroom turned home gym? Because I think it looks awesome. I am so stoked about this home gym space, and even better, Chris is just so excited to have his own space to train in our first house together. And some of you may remember, but Chris was injured in a cycling race back in September, and it's been a hard road to recovery for him since then. But now that he has a space to be able to train and become strong again in, I'm so excited to just watch him do his thing as he preps for his 2023 season. In all the years that we rented spaces together, he went from having his bike in our bedroom or our living room or a spare closet in my parents' basement. I mean, shout out to those of you who were here for that one. And now he has this big and beautiful space that he can call his own. And it's all thanks to you and thanks to Sony. I mean, guys, I still can't believe Sony wanted to partner up with me on this project. If it wasn't for all of you and your amazing support, then like big dreamy sponsorships like this would not be possible. So thank you for all of it. Renovating this house has been my favorite journey, and I'm so stoked to be able to do it all with you by my side. 2023 is going to be big and it's going to be busy, and I really hope you'll all continue to stick around, subscribe, and tap those notification bells so you can continue to join me on this wild ride of turning this house into our home. In the meantime though, friends, I do just want to wish you all the happiest of New Year's. I cannot wait to continue to build with you all by my side in 2023. I will see you all soon for another project, but until then, friends, Happy New Year and happy DIYing.